We have 3 modules in our Tantra training, and each module deals with a different story. The first module that we're going to have in March now is the longest. It is 11 days, and it deals a lot with creating energy and presence in the body. The first thing about sexual energy is that almost nobody has a natural flow of sexual energy. Most of us suppress it. Some people are addicted to it, but most of us suppress it out of shame, out of the feeling of being rejected. There is 101 reasons not to follow, not to show, not to allow your energy. And of course, when we don't allow our energy, it cannot clear. We are stuck in it. We are stuck in a permanent repetition. We are stuck in a permanent holding pattern. So in the first module, one of the things that we're going to do, we're going to find ways to move this energy, to express this energy, to follow it, to see, maybe for the first time, where it actually wants to go. And usually when that happens, it's a moment where there is a certain danger of things going wrong, of hurting other people, of hurting yourself, of feeling rejected, of creating a lot of pain. But we will do this in this training in a context of heart and awareness. So we will be able to let energy flow, and yet it will not be a chaos. It will be a situation in which slowly we can understand more about ourselves and what we do.
We hardly actually know our real energy. So the first step is that you're going to start to know yourself. You're going to start to recognize the things that are inside of you. Nice things, also difficult things. We also going to see the patterns that have been holding us, So in a way, we find a ludic and playful way to really dive deep in the conditioning and through that loosen up things a little bit. So what is going to give to the person is going to be first a more sense of I am. This is wow.
I'm alive.
I'm alive. I'm here. This is me. This is, if I can allow these, I'm gonna have many other things, creativity, I'm gonna have strength, I'm gonna have wish to do things. So it's not just based on the sex itself. We are really dealing with the life energy, with the vital energy.
Because when you suppress your sexuality, you are not only suppressing your sexuality, you're suppressing the flow of energy inside of you that can, if it is allowed, manifest in many beautiful dimensions. So once we start getting this started, a lot of changes can happen.
Yes, and that change is that you don't make the change. The change suddenly happens and you are witnessing. It's almost like from a caterpillar to a butterfly, slowly.
Yeah.
This is the feeling, that you are in a tight space and then you start to, wow.
And then the other element that follows right by the side is awareness, is presence. Because just allowing energy without consciousness, you become, like Osho would say, you become a beautiful animal. Yes. If you do not have the presence and the awareness to see how the energy flows, what you create, how the other receives you, what is being touched in you, if you're just doing and doing and doing, it's going to be destructive sooner or later. So presence needs to come with aliveness. Only then it's a complete package.
Yeah, which then brings us to the third element, which is the heart. And the heart is kind of a mysterious place because it takes you to a different dimension of perception, of care, of connection with the other. And this what I would say that is very special in a way about our work is this quality of connecting, which has a softness. Even though you vary a life, it has a softness, it has a respect, it has like a warmth to it. Because when you talk about sexuality down the heart, there is a hardness to it. There is you can border very close to indulgence, that then it becomes kind of negative in a way. So when you bring the heart in, it really brings what I call pode pilim pim pim. A powder, a magic, stardust, you know, it make things like wow, it make them special, unique, connected.
Our work is based on the heart, which means our work is based on presence. And we are teaching in this module, amongst other things, how to be present. And you can be present in sexuality, you can be present when you drive a car, when you eat your food. Presence is something that you can have 24 hours a day. We use the opportunity of this group to teach you how to be present. What are the necessary steps you need to take to be present? Because most of us are not present. Most of us, many times during the day, are totally lost in some illusionary realm of thoughts and fears and projections. So coming to this moment, also in sex, is miraculous. It's a totally different experience than most people will ever have in their life.
Through sexuality, we can reach very deep inside. We can actually dive in layers of the unconscious and make things come to the surface.
Yeah. When we are coming close to somebody sexually, we are actually in search of unconditional love. And when we search unconditional love, we are very vulnerable because we know already from when we were young that usually there is no unconditional love for us to get. So when we come close to somebody, we get very vulnerable because we know being rejected by that person will hurt very much. So what happens? We try to be somebody, we try to behave in such a way that rejection will not happen. So we act instead of be. We invent things. That's what we call
produce.
That's what we call compensation. We compensate. We try to be the ideal lover. We try to do everything right. 11 red roses and so on and so on. It doesn't work. What we actually need, we need to face our emotional reality. And when we face our emotional reality, we can integrate that which we couldn't integrate before because we didn't want to feel it.
We think love comes here. This is love. But actually love is here. And then it overflows.
In other words, we are looking for unconditional love outside without knowing how to give it to ourselves.
So a lot of the work is this, constantly. Responsibility, presence, awareness of what I'm doing, what I'm creating.
Learning how to accept who I am, what I feel. Learning to give attention to yourself, no matter how you feel. Not to reject certain feelings and hanker and want other feelings. All this is one package. Once you learn it, you can have sex or not, but something changed in your life. You feel more integrated.